Well, hello, everybody. Welcome again to another podcast. Before we start, please click the share button right now. Click the share button, invite friends, family, somebody that you care about, somebody that might learn from it today. Because today, the topic I'm going to be talking about is what is it that's destroying us? What is it that is destroying us? Because a lot of people don't have no clue what is actually destroying them or what is responsible for what they are going through today. So bear with me and let's check it out or find out with me. So if you missed my video, my broadcast, please go to my YouTube channel, Matilda Susan, and check it out. There are a lot of uh, um, videos there that can help you greatly. So today, what is it that's destroying us? It is very easy to correct you just to for you to embrace light, right? Because light is the answer for everything. So seeking knowledge with all your passion, one thing you need to do. This is a continuation from the video from yesterday. So if you miss it, you have to check out the previous video. Okay. So the devil is the ruler of darkness. You need to know that. The devil is ruler of darkness. So what you need to do, what you need to do so you stop destroying yourself is you need to seek knowledge with every passion that is in you. You need to move yourself away from darkness because darkness is one of the things that is destroying us. Because the devil can only intimidate you because you are living in darkness, in ignorance, which is the devil's territory, right? So the only power he has over you that is destroying you is the power that you gave him. If you gave the devil power, he's gonna have power over you. And what is his territory? Is ignorance. So in order for you to get loose of the devil, you need to seek knowledge because knowledge is what the devil is afraid of, right? So the only power he has over you is the power that you gave to him through ignorance of your position as light, as a children of God. Because a lot of people, "Oh, yeah, I'm light, I'm a child of God," but you don't know how to use that power because you need to use that power through knowledge. So it is time for us to put end to the rulership of darkness, which is ignorant, and embrace light by making a conscious effort every day to pay the price to live in light. You need to seek knowledge in every area of your life. In your marriage, you need to seek knowledge. The reason why the devil is ruling over marriages today, because we lack knowledge in those areas. How for you to get along. There are communication things that you need to learn how to communicate with your wife, how to communicate with your husband, and how to communicate with your children. If you don't get knowledge in that area, the devil is going to rule over you in that area until you seek knowledge, and then the devil will get loose of you, and then you will have power and control over your marriage, over your children. So you need to acquire the knowledge that is needed in that area, because light does not need to struggle with darkness. When you're light, when you have knowledge, you can't struggle because it's obvious, right? So the moment you turn on light, for example, when you went into a dark place, you turn on the light, all of a sudden the darkness will bow without any negotiation. There's no negotiation. If the room is dark right now, you turn light, everything. There's no negotiation. Light, darkness disappear. So this is what we need to know. Because today, a lot of people, you don't need to argue with darkness. You don't need to go through lots of fasting and praying, because today you can fast all you want, you can pray all you want. If you don't seek the knowledge in that area, you're wasting your breath, you're wasting your praying and fasting. You pray and go seek knowledge. You will see instant results of this, whatever is it that you need uh, um answers to. It's very simple, right? So all you need to do is to turn on the light, which is knowledge. If you are struggling in whatever area, the answer is go get answer by getting knowledge in that area, by getting information in that area. The moment you turn on the light, no matter how thick that darkness is, no matter how big that your problem is, no matter whatever you're struggling, no matter if your marriage is like hopeless or your child is hopeless, no matter what it is, when you go and acquire knowledge in that particular area, guess what? No matter how thick it is, it will disappear because you have plugged in the formula that goes with it. It's just like math. You can do all you want because math has a formula. You can go any about anything, but if you don't use the particular formula to solve that problem, it will not work. It will not work. But when you know the formula, you plug in the numbers into those formula, bam, you got the answer right away. That is the same thing about your situation that you're going through right now. It might be financial situation, whatever situation it is. Go get knowledge about it. Go get knowledge about finance. There are a lot of resources today in YouTube that you can make use of. There are free books out there. You go to my YouTube channel. There are a lot of information about that you can help yourself out with for free. So darkness will always bow to light. That is just it. Darkness have no choice but to bow down before light. So for you to be able to turn on the light in the darkness, you have to live in light. You need to seek knowledge. So you say, lot of Christians today go out about Facebook, wherever they go, say, I am a child of light. I'm a child of light. I'm a child. I'm a light. I'm a this. But you are not actually living according to that statement that you're saying. Because when darkness comes, you bow down to darkness instead of darkness bowing down to you. You're scared. For example, you can't say, I have knowledge on a thing without studying or doing the due diligence to really get the knowledge. Because a lot, how, yes, I know, but did you do the research? Did you really have the knowledge? Because a lot of Christians today, what they go, oh, I claim it in Jesus' name. Okay. Okay, claim it. You can claim it all you want. If you don't put in the knowledge that goes beyond that, it's not gonna happen. You can claim all the money in the world. If you don't go and get education out to grow money, how to invest, how to do, you can claim it all you want in church. I claim to be a millionaire. If you don't do the work to become a millionaire, you're never going to become a millionaire. It's just simple as that. Because a lot of Christians, they do that every day. Oh, I prophesy it. Yeah, you can prophesy all you want. If you don't do the work to it, it's not going to happen. You have to prophesy it, and you have to put in the work that involved in getting the results. It is not going to give me. You need to get the knowledge you need in that area. If you want light, if you want knowledge, which is light, you have to pay the price for getting it, which you have to study. That a lot of people, a lot of Africans don't like to read at all. I'm guilty. Now I'm changing a little bit. You have to do the research. Why is Africa, the continent of Africa, is the way it is? We have to do research. Why other people are progressing and we're not progressing? We don't want to study. We don't want to do the research. We don't want to do the hard work. But yet we want to live the luxurious life. We want to get all like, for example, I'll pick on my country, Sierra Leone. Nobody wants to do the work. People just want to sit and enjoy. Like the government, oh, I want to become a politician because that is the easy way to get money. Why? Well, once I'm in office, whatever money they give me, I'm not going to use it the way I'm supposed to use it. I'm just going to use it on my own self, enrich myself, and let the other people suffer. right? Because the citizens are not getting enough information about the people that they are putting in office. If they are criminals or scammers, they're not doing that. And so they elect them, they put them, and you expect them to do otherwise when you know they're criminals? It's not possible. If you do your own research, say, this person that I'm going to elect, is it going to actually deliver what he said he's going to deliver? What are some of the things that he's done in life that I'm going to trust this person with my future, my children's future, my children's future? Can I trust this person as a president? If this president has told before, do you think that it's going to be different now? Like all of these things, we have to acquire those knowledge. We have to get these information, do our research before we elect anybody, do the hard work. And then guess what? Once you've done it, guess what? The person will deliver. That is the only time you can only have it, when you research, you study, and do the hard work. That is the only time you're able to overcome darkness. That is it. So as long as you are ready to pay the price for living in knowledge, which is light, darkness becomes servant to you. If you want darkness to become servant to you, if you want ignorance to become servants to you, you need to get light, which is knowledge. It's very simple. Because ignorant is what is destroying us, is what is destroying you, is destroying me, is destroying the world, is destroying everything that is around us. You become the threat to darkness, and not the other way around when you acquire knowledge. If you are not ready to pay the little price of living in light, then automatically you will pay a greater price in darkness. This is what is happening in Africa today, because nobody wants to get knowledge. A lot of people they say they have PhD. What is their PhD in? What is their master in? The people that we elected, they have PhD, they have masters in whatever area they have it. But what is the result in that education that they have? It's nothing, right? So it is only in a situation that you will be suspicious to destroy the forces of darkness, right? You need to get light. So Satan has no right over you. The devil have no power over you, except in the area of your ignorance, where you have given him the right to do so. That is it. So therefore, the cause of destruction is because of the ignorance. Ignorance is what is causing the destruction that is happening in your life. Get knowledge. That is the formula. Get knowledge, plug in the information that need to be plugged in, bam, there's result. The devil cannot destroy you when you live in the light. The devil can never destroy you when you're living in the light. So we should therefore seek knowledge, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. You need to get knowledge. So if any area in your life, for example, where you know you are not knowledgeable about something enough, start infusing yourself with knowledge. Start putting information, start getting knowledge in that area of that you're ignorant about. Just get it. Just get it. That is what you need to do. Get knowledge. Knowledge is power. That is what you need to get. I'm just going to look at the time here. We still have time. So I'm going to talk about this. You need to know this. You need to know this. God rules through light. Some people don't know that. God can only rule through light. He cannot rule through darkness, because that is not his territory. He rules through light, which is knowledge. When you have knowledge, you see the hands of God if I may put it that way. He's not, God will not manipulate you. He does not force you in anything against your wish. God never do it. That's the area of the devil. That's what the devil, he manipulates you. He force you to do something that you want to do. God does not. He wants you to get knowledge. Say, why should I do this? Is it right for me to do this? And then you make your decision on your own. He's not going to force you. He's just going to give you the information. These are the information that are available. Make your choice. If you do it this way, the way I do it, you get the result that I get. But if you go and do it whatever way, then you get whatever result you get. That is how God works. So God is knowledge, and God loves knowledgeable people. Like when you're knowledgeable about something, God loves the people. God only relate to you based on the level of knowledge that you have. That is how. If you're ignorant, you cannot relate to God that much. But when you're knowledgeable, you and God are actually in doing something because you're knowledgeable, because God only rules through knowledge. So if you want to relate to God, you need to seek knowledge. Basically, that is what I'm saying. The the, the one reason he sent his son here on earth is for us to get knowledge about how we can live on earth. That is the one of the reason why he saw knowledge, so he can get rid of darkness, so he can share his light to us. It is your duty now, because you know that that exists. It is your duty to accept either the light or reject it. Accept it or reject it. So you have to have the power to live in light, no darkness. You have the power to live in light, no darkness. Or you can decide, I want to live in darkness, or I can live in light. So weigh your option. If I live in light, what can I do when I live in light? Okay, sounds good. If I live in darkness, what am I going to lose when I live in darkness? A lot of these things you have to weigh, and then you make your decision. You have to choose to live under the rulership of God, or you can choose to live in the rulership of the devil. The choice is yours. Choose wisely. Either you embrace light or you embrace darkness. The choice is yours. So whatever choice you made determine if you will live a life of victory or defeat, a life of purpose or a life of pain, a life of suffering or life of success. It's different. If you choose a light, then you will have victory, you have purpose in life, you will have success in life. But when you choose darkness, in the other hand, what darkness comes with? Defeat. It will comes with a lot of pain. It will comes with a lot of suffering, because you have choose to live in ignorance. When you're choosing to live in ignorance, this is what is the repercussion of your decision that you made. Let's look at the time. Live in ignorance. When you're choosing to, sorry guys, I'm trying to look at my time because I don't have time if I'm over, because I came in late today. Okay, let's keep going here. So God is you need to know that God is helpless in your ignorance. You need to know that God is helpless in your ignorance. If you decided to live in ignorance, God cannot help you. God can only help you when you decided to embrace knowledge, which is light. That is the territory of God. If you decided to go and embrace darkness, God can't help you in that area. His hands are tied. That is not his territory. That's the devil's territory. But when you embrace light, oh my God, you will have so much information. You will acquire, you will inherit so many things when you decide to do this. So if God can only relate with you based on the level of knowledge that you have, then God is limited to our ignorance. Ignorance actually limits God from interfering with your misfortunes in your personal lives that you're living and in our society, whatever is happening today in the world. God can't help us because we decided to be ignorant. We don't want to embrace light. We don't want to embrace knowledge. So whatever it, God cannot do it because He does not rule over ignorance. So you need to believe this or don't, because this is the reality. This is the truth. God rules over knowledge and not ignorance. When you decided to be in ignorance, you're on your own, basically. God hands are tied in that area because He cannot function in that area. If you look at, I'm going to read this scripture. You can read it also after, but I'm going to read it like really fast. Okay. So in Luke chapter 19, verse 41 to 44, he says here where Jesus Christ wept because of the ignorance people were living. And today, Jesus Christ is looking down on us and He's weeping. And the reason why He's weeping, because He have given us, me, you, dominion. He have given us power to rule here. He can't come and rule for us. He can't come and do something here because He have given us that power. We have the power to rule over this earth. He cannot rule because this is not His kingdom. This is our kingdom that He have given to us. So He can't leave heaven and come and say, I'm going to solve the problem. No, He's doing what He does. So He also say in His word, whatever we lose on in heaven, whatever we bind and lose, that's what we get. So if we want to bind something, say, we don't want coronavirus, we need to seek information, we need to seek knowledge about coronavirus, and then God will get rid of it. But if we decided to live in ignorance about the coronavirus, guess what? God cannot help us. The fighting that is going in Africa, the corruption that is going in Africa, God cannot do anything for it because He have given us the power to get knowledge in that area to stop it. We can bind it. He said, whatever we lose in heaven will be released here. So whatever we want from heaven, we just ask God, say, God, we need this from heaven. And then we put in the knowledge about it, and guess what? We get it. So let's go back to Luke chapter 19, verse 41. For what he said, now as we draw near, He saw the city and wept over it. He saw the city and He wept over it. This is Jesus. The words that I'm going to be reading. He said, if you had known, even you, especially in these your days, that the things that make for your peace, things were made for your peace, things that were made that we're supposed to enjoy and have and enjoy it with no headache, with no stress, today has become stressed. We haven't stressed over it, right? So it's about now they hidden from your eyes. For days will come upon you when the enemy will build an embankment around you. They will build it around you and they will close you in every area. So this is it. You need to get knowledge how you can unloose yourself from this. And he said, the level you and your children within you to the ground, and then they know, and they will not leave you in one stone upon another, because you did not know the time of your visitation, right? So you need to be ready all the time. This is Jesus speaking in this paragraph, this passage that I just read. You can go read it for yourself. Jesus is speaking in this paragraph. Jesus wept at the sight of the ignorance that was happening in the city. He could not help them. He could not prevent the disaster that was happening in the city, that was happening because of ignorance. That is why he couldn't help them. Ignorance is stronger limitation between us and God. When you decided to live in ignorance, God cannot help us. Sorry. He cannot help us. God can only deliver us or interfere in the situation when we get knowledge about it. That is the only thing. When you get knowledge about it, then God will come. But when you decided to live in ignorance, God cannot help you. So without knowledge, there can be no deliverance. This is the reason why a lot of Christians today, they go to church, they every Sunday they're getting deliverance. They're getting deliverance. Every Sunday they're casting out demons because the knowledge God cannot exist because they have not acquired knowledge. Because when you acquire knowledge, then you are in the level of God. This is the reason why everybody, oh, the same thing, oh, the same thing happened, oh, the same. Get knowledge about it. Why is it happening? What needs to be done? How can I get rid of it? This is what you need to get. This is what you need to do. So without knowledge, there can be no deliverance, because deliverance is of the mind. Renew your mind. That is what the Bible says. You can now understand why the devil will do anything possible to hold you in captivity, in ignorance. This is the reason why. If you look, I'm not going to have time to read it, but you can find in Daniel chapter 9 verse 1 to 3, the Israel has completed the time of year when they were slave, right? They needed the deliverance. Deliverance didn't come, even though they have completed the time of slavery. Why? Because of ignorance. Ignorance is limiting you. Ignorance is destroying you. The ignorance is what is affecting the world today. So there is no one who had knowledge has this regret. Not until Daniel discovered it. He said, I understood why the book of the number of the years specified to the word of the Lord through Jeremiah the prophet, right? Even though the numbers of the years were completed, they could not get their liberation not until they had knowledge of the situation and began to pray. And then, only then, they had the deliverance. So you have to seek knowledge if you want your deliverance. Knowledge always precedes deliverance. So this is for you to know how important knowledge is to your success. How knowledge is important to your breakthrough. How knowledge is important to your deliverance. Either individually or nationwide. Knowledge, only God can only rule through light, which is knowledge. Because God, I'm going to end. God rules in light. You just need to know that God rules in light. God rules in light, because he even said it in John chapter 8 verse 12. He said, I am the light of the world. He who follows me will not walk in darkness, but in light. So if you want to walk in light, not darkness, you need to follow God. You need to do what he says you need to do. And then guess what? You will have the same result that Jesus Christ had while he was here on earth. So that's going to be it for it today. Get the important information that I gave you and plug it. Try to use it, and you will see the changes that is going to do in your life. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for coming, and thank you for sharing for the people that are going to share this video. And thank you for also subscribing to my YouTube channel. And you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys on my next video.